What's up, everybody? I'm so excited. As you can see, I have the beautiful Carla Simpson on my show. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This woman is an actress, an entrepreneur. She's out there doing some amazing stuff. We're going to get into this conversation, and as you always know, I let them introduce themselves. I already introduced you, but go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Well, my stage name is Crazy Carla. I am a comedian who is also an actress who was a poet. So I
Mm.
started out as a poet, I became a comedian, and now I have incorporated acting into this whole thing. And as you see, I'm doing acting more than I'm doing pretty much anything else now, even though I still do comedy shows and so forth. Actually, I have a comedy show next week. So on top of that, I'm the grandmother, I'm sugar to my granddaughter Pinky.
Oh,
I'm a mother and a friend and all those things, just, out here living life one day, one moment at a time.
wow, you are
Yeah.
amazing. You are amazing. So anyway,
So
I
you,
follow
yeah.
you. Thank you, love. I follow you on social media. I had the pleasure of watching you in several movies. You are a phenomenal actress. Your each part has been significantly different, and you have pulled it off each and every time. And every time I see, I say, "Oh my God!" And I remember the first time I've ever saw you in a movie, and I was like, I didn't know that because, of course, I thought you was a comedian and a
Right.
poet and everything. So I was like, wow. Ever since then, I've been like following you and everything you're doing, which is amazing. So we're going to start with what made you become a comedian? Well, you said you was a poet first, right?
Yes, I was a poet.
Okay, so let's
I
start with
was
that. What brought you into poetry?
actually what happened was in high school, I used to think I was a rapper and a dancer. And I say think because you know how that goes, right? So once I had a house full of
Bars.
children, I had 4 children and a husband at the time. I
Hmm.
would sneak off and go to these poetry slams. I would just be like, "Hey, I'll be back. I'm going to the store," and
Or
I
go get some
literally
milk.
go to poetry slams and start. I was doing poems and things, and it was like therapy for me, right? And then we went to a girls' night at Alexander Devereaux's, now Truist, and they were doing amateur comedy night. And my girlfriends were like, "Carly, you should get up there and do it. You're hilarious." And I was
Mhm,
like, and by the second green
mhm.
martini, apple martini, I heard the man say money prize. I said, "Well, let me see what happened." And I got up there and I won my very first time setting my foot on the stage to do comedy. And it was an adrenaline rush for me.
Oh, wow.
And it was just me literally talking about being a mother to 4 kids and working in corporate America and trying to be somebody's wife and be myself. And it was just all started coming out, but it was hilarious. And that's how my comedy is. It's situational.
Mhm.
It's just the things that me and other people go through that they tell me, and I just put my spin on it. And so and then um, one of my comedian friends,
Mhm.
Carlos Massey, Big Los,
Oh,
um,
shout out to Carlos.
shout out to Los and Calvin. They started pulling me into their comedy shows, and I was the only female on their roster for a while.
Mm.
And then one day, Los literally calls me out the blue and he says, "Sis, I wrote this play and all I could hear is your voice as the main character." And I was like, "Okay."
Ooh.
So that ended up being Her Story, His Truth, which won all the awards. And I played First Lady Gloria Jones. And she was a whole hot mess of a first lady. And I loved every minute of being her.
Like I
And
can see you as a first lady.
oh girl, not this one. This one was something else, and it was just so much fun. Just being that crazy character, and really, it just went from there. Brandon Bias asked me to be in a film, and it
He's
just went
amazing.
from there. Yeah, and I've been doing this now almost 7 years
Wow.
acting. Yeah.
Wow. 7 years, 7 beautiful years. You are a very good
Mhm.
actress and you are funny as heck.
Thank
Poetry is beautiful. I
thank
love it. I
you.
love it. I love it. I love it. So you were saying that you went from poetry to
Comedy.
comedy to acting. Now, did you see the transaction? Transaction? Did you see the transition between the two difficult, or was it just like easy flowing into it?
It's just
And what do you
seamless.
like
It's
better?
seamless. Well, it
Everything
depends.
above, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what mood I'm in. And that's the good thing about, I think, like I tell people, I'm an entertainer. So if you give it to me to do, if I feel like I can do it, I'll entertain you some kind of way. Like,
Mhm.
and I've been like that since I was a kid, you
Oh
know.
wow.
And I just like some days I love doing comedy. Some
Mm.
days I love doing spoken word. And then there are days where I just feel like I need to be someone else
Mhm.
and act.
Mm.
So, it just depends on, because life be life and Donna.
I'm gonna use that. Life be lifing. It just
Yes.
be lifing.
Okay.
Honey, I understand that to the 150th%. Speaking about life, so in acting, I saw you play different parts. You said you love comedy and stuff, but a serious role, is that something that is it hard for you to get into a serious role? Because your personality is so bubbly and it's so out there. And to see you switch to a serious role, is that something that's difficult for you, or is it extremely easy, or what is it?
I love it. Because it gives
Mhm.
me the opportunity to be somebody else. I love it. Like did you see me and Brandon Buys the bridge?
Yes, I
That was
did.
serious. And so
That's what
that was
that's what I
serious.
was getting ready to talk about. Yeah.
And I have another movie that's not out yet with Evan Gibson, called Bloodline of the Jewel, and that'll be out the first of the year. Where I play an
Ooh.
African lady, and that character, she's funny, but it's serious. It's
Yeah, it's
serious
a very serious
business.
situation. I went to the premiere
Mhm.
of it, and
Yeah,
yes, and you did a phenomenal job. So,
thank
when did you say that
you.
one's coming out again?
January.
January? Wow. I can't
Mhm.
wait. I can't wait for you guys to see this lady in it. You did such a great job. And your accent. Oh my goodness. What's up with the accents? Is that like, do you do several different accents? I mean, you surprised me. I was like, did she have an accent? I didn't know she had.
Yeah, I have all these voices in my head, and it's
You sound
crazy
like me.
because I grew up listening to all these different cadences growing up. The Caribbean,
The
um,
Caribbean
yeah,
darling.
yes, the Southern,
Mm-hmm.
Northern,
Mm-hmm.
very Northern, New York,
Northern.
Brownsville.
Mhm,
Yeah, and so I can pretty much, if I sit down, um, imitate anyone.
mhm.
I try, like your cadence, your diction, and if I'm around you long enough, I'll pick up your accent. And it's weird.
Wow.
But I guess it's just one of the things that God gave me as a
Mhm.
talent, because I also speak three languages, and it's just I have an ear.
What?
Um, I have an
3
ear.
languages?
Hmm.
That's beautiful. Okay, finish that thought and then we'll go to the language thing. Your
I
makeup is
mean, I like.
flawless, by the way, and it is always flawless.
Oh,
Yes.
I was looking like Celia earlier today, but I fixed myself.
See?
Girl, I know I'm coming on your show, girl. I fixed myself. Okay. But it's okay. I don't know. I like words. I like conversing with people. And so right now I'm learning Portuguese because when I go to Brazil, I want to be able to speak it.
Brazil. You do travel. I see that a lot. Okay, if you're
Yeah.
going to talk about the places you've been to, the languages, what are the different languages you speak? Was it, I gotta ask, was it hard? Did it come easy for you? What even motivated you to pick up another language in the first place?
Um, well, as a kid, I heard patois a lot.
Mm,
And
patois, yes.
yeah, and then French just automatically, if you hear patois, you understand that French is part of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved French ever since I was a kid, like everything Paris. So I decided one day I was gonna learn how to just speak French, and I did. And I minored
Say
in
something in
French in
French.
college.
Say something in
Huh?
French. Say something in French.
Je m'appelle Carla. Bonjour.
Ooh, you might have
Comment
cursed me
allez-vous?
out, but it sounds good, girl.
I said my name is Carla, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
Hello, and how are you? Comment allez-vous?
You might have
Um,
said, Donna, your head is big, darling. And I would have been like, oh, thank
no, girl, I wouldn't. I would not.
honey.
Yeah, and then Spanish is my pretty much I have been a Spanish translator for 20 something years. And I tutor Spanish to kids. I've done that for almost 15 years. And then, of course, I speak English. I speak Southern and
Speak.
I speak
I
Northern.
heard a little, I heard Southern and Patois there for a second, both together. I had
It
a
just depends. I'm very country.
country.
I
Okay,
think I'm
honey.
Southern, but then other
Hmm.
people meet me and they say, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Well, America."
America.
I'm from the South. I was born in Greensboro, and I've been in Winston longer than I've been anywhere at this point because I moved to Winston-Salem when I was 14 years old. So,
Hmm. And speaking about that, you travel. Like, where have you traveled to?
oh, okay. So let's see. I've been all over the United States, different places.
Hmm.
I used to go to Puerto Rico for my job a lot. My
Puerto
old
Rico.
job. I love it there.
Oh.
I've been to, of course, Trinidad. I've been
Hmm.
to all over the Caribbean. I went to
Mm.
Las Vegas last year for my birthday. I love that. My goal is to go to Africa,
Mm.
Brazil. I would love to go to Greece. I want to go where I can eat.
The food, honey. The food. You
I'm a
must get. All right, girl. So let's talk about the movies that you were in, the different types of movies that you were in.
okay. Mostly, well, no, it's a mixed bag. I can't say it's mostly comedies. I've done a few comedies. I also did let me see. I did The Bridge, which is kind of serious.
Mm,
It's about the meth and drug epidemic in the United States and how it affects, young, old, poor, rich, white, black, whatever.
mhm.
And that was kind of serious. But then I did recently I did Caking Up with Rasheen Pugh, and then I did Couch Party with Nicola Knox. Both of those roles were hilarious. I
That's
did
on
What
Tubi,
Fairy
right?
Tale. Yeah, well, Caking Up's not out yet.
Oh, is
He
it
just did the premiere for it, but he hasn't put it out yet.
okay.
Um, just like Bloodline of the Jewel is gonna come out. Um, I do know What Fairy Tale just came out. My role in that was serious, but it was light, it was
Mhm.
funny, to me it was funny. Couch Party, I played the crazy Jamaican lady, Mama Lou.
Yes,
Um,
guys, watch that. It's on Tubi TV. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Counterplay it was kind of serious because I was there as a support vehicle for one of the main characters. That's also on Tubi. Um, so oh, and I just did No Sympathy for the Narcissist
Ooh,
with Tamoris Ellis, and the premiere for that was a few weeks back.
okay.
Right before What Fairy Tale. And he hasn't released that yet, but I do know he told me it'll be out later this year. So I
Okay.
think it'll be out before Christmas
Ooh.
as well. And I had a big role in that movie. I forgot how big of a role I had because
Ooh.
of how we shot the scenes for you know how movies are filmed. So you
Mhm.
don't know who's doing what. You only know who filmed with
What your
you.
sides are. Yeah.
Right. And so I did like some here, I did some there. And when you added them all up, it
And you
was like
look
a
at it,
lot
you're
of
like,
time in the movie. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm very excited for people to see that movie because that movie is a thriller and it's really good. But I was the comic relief in that movie.
oh,
And because it's an intense movie, and then here I come with my jokes and foolishness, and it's perfect. And I love that role. It was really good. So those are my movies. I did start doing a movie with oh, and I'm also doing the Matthews Way, which is a TV show with Carlos Massey right now. I play his sister
ooh,
on that show. It's a web series, and y'all can watch that on YouTube at any time. Just plug in
ooh,
the Matthews Way. And I think we're up to episode 4 now.
ooh,
So yeah, it's
nice.
really good. And I'm enjoying that. Taranza Graves is on there, LaTanya Sims. They play my
Mm,
sister-in-laws. Javetta
nice.
Bryant's my sister, and Carlos and Gerald Carter are my brothers.
Oh, wow, wow.
So that's
Check it
fun.
out, guys. Check it out.
Yeah, it's fun. So
Yes.
I've been busy, thank God.
Yes, yes, you have. You have been busy, and your personality is so beautiful. Let me tell you guys, every time I meet her, you see that beautiful smile she has? She puts in that beautiful smile. She gives me the warmest hug. I feel like I'm family with her. We don't talk long, but we have like
Right.
this communication with each other, like sisterhood, right, going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And I always said to myself, I would love to have her on my show, and which I do. I have you on my show, which is amazing.
This is
You're an
great.
amazing person. She's out there doing so much. She didn't even touch the surface of the stuff she's doing. So, what I would like to do is to invite you to come back to talk about all the other stuff you're doing because
Sure.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, before I go, I almost did your podcast. Come on now. Come on
So
now. We got to
so
talk
before
about
we
that because
end,
I'll be on that one soon.
y'all, she's gonna be on tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Well, when you all see this, it will be yesterday. But
Yes, yes.
yes, and hopefully you all will have watched it. But I invited Donna onto Crazy Carla's Concoctions podcast on Blast Music 247 Network, and we're also on YouTube. Um, Me and my guests drink and talk.
Yes, and as you can see, I already started. So
Listen, and I can't wait. I'm just waiting
you
because
just
I got a
waiting.
new wine I'm testing out, and we're gonna see how it works. I got a wine. Oh, I'll tell you about it on the show.
Okay.
But
Watch the show,
um,
guys. Watch the
y'all got
show.
you're gonna have to come and watch Crazy Carla. Donna is episode 83.
83. You know what? I
Yeah.
have to tell you something. That is my favorite number. 83. I don't know why. 38 and 83 is my favorite number. It just seems like I always win something with 38. So I
And you know what?
don't what.
Something I talk about a lot is divine timing.
Yes.
And people will come on my show and randomly say whatever the number, because like I had a guy on, he was like 79 was the year I was born. And then one person was like 32. That's my mom's favorite. Just people, the
Blessings on
numbers,
top of
everything's in
blessings.
divine timing.
The
So it
aura,
was meant
everything.
for you to be episode 83.
83. Yes.
I
All
love
right.
it.
I love it too. Guys, we want to thank her for coming on the show. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You can see this beautiful woman right here. She's doing some amazing stuff. Look her up. So tell them real fast, how can they find you?
Okay, I'm on Facebook under Carla Simpson, Carla Simpson, like Bart, like OJ, whichever one you can remember. I'm on I am on Instagram under
Insta?
Afro 10, which was my poetry name was Afro. So
Okay.
it's two A's, H is in Harold, F Frank, R Robert, O Oscar. 101 is my Instagram handle. Afro 10 is my Twitter handle. And
Hmm.
I'm also on TikTok as Afro 10. So you can find me in all these places. And I'm also on YouTube under Crazy Carla. Just,
Ooh.
get into the life. That's crazy, Carla. And
Crazy Carla. I can't
let's
wait.
do
I'm excited.
whatever.
Guys, you'll probably see that interview first, but if you're seeing this and just look description below, click it, and then you can go see it.
I love it.
I love it too. Guys,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for tuning into the Donna D. Walker podcast. A lot of people know me as Dee Dee. You can call me Dee Dee, Donna, whatever you want to call me. And the most thing it is, Carla, I love you.
I
Guys,
love you
I
too,
love
sis.
you, man.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.
Yes, honey.